Hello students, I am your biology lecturer. In the last class we started the new chapter human reproduction. In that we discuss first important topic, that is a male reproductive system. Then in the male reproductive system we discussed that primary sex organ which helps in the sperm production and hormone production, those are the testes. There are two testes are present in a human males. Okay, the testes are present outside of the abdominal cavity. These are present in a specialized sac-like structure called as scrotum. The size of the testes is usually 4 to 5 centimeter in length, 2 to 3 centimeter width. Okay, inside the testes means anatomy of the testes already we discussed. Anatomy means internal structure of the testes. Many compartments are present in a testes. Those compartments are called as a testicular lobules. Each lobules are having a highly coiled structure. Those are the seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are two parts, coiled part and a straightened part. Coiled part is mainly helps in the sperm production. The sperm production occurs in a coiled part of the seminiferous tubule. After the sperm production, the sperm conducts to straightened part of the seminiferous tubule, then it transferred to rete testes. After the rete testis, the sperm conducts to vasa efferentia, finally it conducts to epididymis. In the epididymis, sperm store temporarily. Okay, all these points we already discussed. Let us glance once again. This type of structure we discussed. The testis is covered by a thick covering called as a tunica vaginalis. Then inside that you can see the many compartments, 200 to 300 compartment we can see. Those are the testicular lobules. Inside the testicular lobule, each lobule are having the 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are highly coiled structure which means where the sperm production occurs. The sperm produces in a coiled part and it transfers to straightened part of the seminiferous tubule. The straightened part of the seminiferous tubule connect to common, here you can see the seminiferous tubule, straightened part and a coiled part. Initially it is coiled and becomes a straight. Thus all the straightened part of the seminiferous tubule connect to form a common canal like structure that is called the rete testis. After the rete testis, it connected with the vasa efferentia duct. That vasa efferentia finally connected with the epididymis. Epididymis is a loop like structure and it is highly coiled. Epididymis helps in a sperm storage. This much we discussed in the last class. Then important question arise here, what is the path of sperm production? Initially the sperm produced in the coiled part of the seminiferous tubule, then it conducts to straight part of the seminiferous tubule, then to rete testis. After the rete testis, vasa efferentia. After the vasa efferentia, epididymis. You will not get this structure in your NCERT book, but for clear understanding this is necessary. For studying the detailed structure of seminiferous tubule, we have to take the TS of the seminiferous tubule. That is a sectional view of seminiferous tubule, means with the testes. Seminiferous tubule you can see when we take the TS of a testis. Here a sectional view of a testis you can see like this. When we take the TS, this here circular shaped structure which you are seeing now, those are the seminiferous tubules. seminiferous tubules. Okay, those seminiferous tubules are not connected, they are attached with the connective tissue, common connective tissue called as a interstitial tissue or interstitial tissue, or we can say that is a connective tissue. Okay. Then each seminiferous tubules are lined by a simple or a thin germinal epithelium tissues. Here I am going to draw with the pen a simple germinal epithelium tissue. Here I already drawn, that is a germinal layer or germinal tissue. Okay, the small means a thin germinal tissue is having two types of cells. Germinal epithelium cells are two types, a small cuboidal cells, and a triangular shaped cells. Cuboidal cells and a triangular shaped cells you can see inside the seminiferous tubule. This is very important, a cuboidal cells and a triangular shaped cells. Okay. Each seminiferous tubules are connected by the interstitial connective tissue. Let me label this. These are the cuboidal cells, or those are called as germ cells. Let me change the pen color. Germ cells. Cuboidal cells are also called as a germ cells. Then triangular shaped cells are called as a Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells. The Sertoli cells are also called as nurse cells. You can see the same structure in all the seminiferous tubule. Okay, let me draw this. A cuboidal cells and a triangular shaped cells. Cuboidal cells are called as a germ cells and a triangular shaped cells are called as a Sertoli cells or a nurse cells. Here also same diagram. Please practice this diagram, it is very important. Triangular shaped cells and a cuboidal shaped cells, cube like circle. The many cuboidal cells are present compared to the triangular shaped cells. Okay. Then each seminiferous tubule is connected with the interstitial connective tissue, where the interstitial connective tissue is having a group of specialized cells. Some cells are specialized, present outside of the seminiferous tubule. That space is called as the interstitial space. Okay, sorry, that interstitial space or the interstitial tissue, some blood vessels are present. Those connects the interstitial cells. Means, one second, let me clear this. Outside of the seminiferous tubule, the interstitial tissue or the seminiferous tubule, interstitial tissue or connective tissue is present. Okay. In that connective tissue, the space which is present, it is called as the interstitial space. Okay. The small blood vessels are present and also a specialized cells are present in a groups. Okay. Many groups of cells are present which are present in the interstitial tissue. Those cells are called as the interstitial cells. Interstitial cells. These are also called as a leading cells or leading cells. It is very important, interstitial cell, because those are present in an interstitial tissue. Okay. Another name for the interstitial cells, that is the leading cells. Okay. Now this is a structure of, this is a sectional structure of a testis, where you can see the clear anatomy of the seminiferous tubule. In your NCERT book, the diagram is like this. You can see here a circular shaped structures. Those are the seminiferous tubule. Inside the seminiferous tubule, if you see, you can see the cuboidal shaped cells and also a triangular shaped cells. Cuboidal and a triangular shaped cell. Okay. The cuboidal cells are called as a germ cells and the triangular shaped cells are called as a Sertoli cells. You can see here Sertoli cells. Okay. This tissue which is just surrounds the seminiferous tubule, those are interstitial connective tissue. The specialized group of cells which are present in the interstitial tissue, here you can see those cells are called as a interstitial cells or a leading cells. Okay. This is very important. Remember this diagram and practice this diagram. Now we can discuss point wise. Seminiferous tubules are scattered in a testis. Already we know that, which is present inside the testicular lobule. Then seminiferous tubule connected by the interstitial connective tissue. Okay. Then seminiferous tubule is lined by a germinal epithelium tissue. Those germinal epithelium cells are two types, cuboidal and a triangular. The cuboidal cells are called as a germ cells. The triangular cells are called as a Sertoli cells or a nerve cells. Okay. In the germ cell, we can see the spermatogenesis. Already we know that the sperm production occurs in a coiled part of the seminiferous tubule. Okay. In that coiled part, particularly cuboidal cells or the germ cells, where the spermatogenesis, that is a sperm production or a gamete production occurs. Germ cells where the spermatogenesis occurs. This is very important. If they ask generally in which part of the testis spermatogenesis occur, you can easily say that in the seminiferous tubule we can see the sperm or a spermatogenesis. Particularly in the seminiferous tubule, they ask, means if they ask particularly in the seminiferous tubule where you can see the spermatogenesis. In the seminiferous tubule, the cuboidal cells are present. Those cells are called as germ cells. In the germ cells, we can see the spermatogenesis. Okay. Next, triangular shaped cells, those are called as Sertoli cells or a nerve cells. These are very important, germ cells and a Sertoli cells. Those Sertoli cells are also called as nerve cell because which gives the nourishment to the germ cells. Means this gives the nourishment to germ cells. That is why the name came nerve cells. Okay. Next. Then some cells are present outside of the seminiferous tubule in the interstitial connective tissue. Those cells are called as a interstitial cells or a leading cell. These are also very important, leading cells. In the ultrastructure of testis, 3 1 marks question will come. What are germ cells? What are Sertoli cells? What are leading cells? Leading cells you can see in the interstitial tissue. Those leading cells are helps in synthesis of a hormone called as a androgen or testosterone. Initially we discussed that testes is called as a primary sex organ. The function of testes is production of a sperm and a production of hormones. The hormones are particularly produced inside the seminiferous tubule by the inside the testes by the leading cells. Leading cells can synthesize the hormone which are called as a male sex hormones, androgen or a testosterone. Okay, this is all about the detailed structure of testes. This is very important. Please practice this diagram and also explanation. It is very simple. Only you can remember, means you have to remember 4 labelings: seminiferous tubule, interstitial cells, germ cells, Sertoli cells and leading cells. Those are very important. Okay. After discussing about the structure of testes and ultrastructure of testes, we have to move to the complete structure of male reproductive system. Already we discussed the primary sex organ and also production of the or secretion of primary sex organ, that is sperms and hormones. The sperms are produced inside the germ cells, particularly in the seminiferous tubules. Then leading cells which are present in the interstitial tissue which produces the androgen or a testosterone. Okay. Let us move to detailed structure of a male reproductive system. We already discussed the path of sperm production. Okay. This is the structure of testes. Finally, a connection or a duct which is leave the testes, that is called as a vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia, the means whole structure of testes which is present inside the scrotum. Okay, don't forget that. A small sac like structure, a small loop like structure which is attached with the seminiferous tubule connection, that is vasa efferentia. The loop like highly coiled structure called as a epididymis. Epididymis, it is highly coiled structure. Then a small tube like structure which arise at the lower side of the epididymis, that structure is called as a vas deferens, or you can say vasa differentia or vas deferens. Okay. Then a epididymis having a loop like structure. The structure of epididymis we can study in 3 parts. This is a head part, middle one is a body part and lower one is a tail part. That from the tail part a tube like structure which is just arise, that is called as a vas deferens. Okay. Here we can see the points. The vasa efferentia, leave the testes and open into the epididymis located along the posterior surface of each testis. Means in the vasa efferentia, the present in both the testes, and opens into the two epididymis and located along the posterior surface of each test. Means the epididymis present at the posterior side of the testes. Okay. Next, a small gland that ascends to the abdominal from epididymis. A small tube like structure which is just arise from the tail part of the epididymis, that is a vasa differentia you can say, or you can call vas deferens. Okay. Next, epididymis have highly coiled structure. It is just a loop like structure attached to testes in a scrotal sac. Okay. Means the epididymis is always present in a scrotal sac where the testes are present. Okay. Then what is the main function of epididymis? It is very important. Please remember this one. The function of epididymis, it stores the sperm for 18 to 24 hours. Okay. This is the first function of epididymis. It stores the sperm for 18 to 24 hours and also helps in a sperm attain a physiological maturity. Means physiological maturity means the chemical constituents which are present in the sperm, those alteration, modification is occurs inside the epididymis. Okay. This is the main function of epididymis. Okay. Next we can discuss the main structure, means very important structure, that is the male reproductive system. Male reproductive system. Okay. Male reproductive system is having the primary sex organ. Those are the testes which are always present in a sac like structure which is just outside of the abdominal cavity. Those are called as a scrotum. Means inside the scrotum the testes are present in a scrotal sac. Okay. A small circular or oval shaped structure or a testes. Okay. Then a loop like structure which is attached with the highly coiled structure is always attached with the testes in a scrotal sac. That structure is called as a, now only we discuss, that is the epididymis. Okay. Simultaneously I am drawing two testes. Okay. At the tail region of the epididymis, a small tube like structure is arised and it ascends to and it finally connect with the abdominal cavity. Then finally connect with the excretory system, that is a urinary bladder. Okay. Next, the tube like structure which is arised at the tail part of the epididymis and ascends and finally it connect with the urethra, that is the one of the excretory organ part, urethra. Okay. The urethra arises from the urinary bladder. This is the structure of urinary bladder. Okay. This is urinary bladder. Okay. Let me label all the parts. A sac like structure is called as a scrotum. Okay. And the oval shaped structure are called as a testes. Then a loop like structure is called as a epididymis. a small tube-like structure which just arises from the epididymis, that is called as a vas deferens. Okay, then means a male reproductive system is attached with another system, that is a urinary system or excretory system. Okay, the tube-like structure which is arise from the epididymis, it is called as vas deferens. Okay, before connect with the urethra, means for a passing of urine, a small tube-like structure arise from the urinary bladder, that is called as a urethra. Okay. Before attached with the urethra, a vas deferens is somewhat swollen structure, bulge or a swollen structure. That structure is called as a ampulla. Ampulla. Okay. At that swollen structure, another gland is attached. Two glands are attached at the ampulla region of the vas deferens. That structure. Okay. I will change the color. Okay. The small two glands are attached to each vas efferents at the region of ampulla. Those are called as seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicles. Two seminal vesicles are present. These are the specialized accessory glands. When the seminal vesicle is attached with the vas deferens or vas deferens, the later part of the seminal vesicle, it is renamed as a ejaculatory duct. Do not get confused. At the end of the vasa efferens, means at the point when vasa deferens going to be attached with the urethra, it have some swollen structure. That part is called as ampulla. At the ampulla region, two specialized glands are attached. Those are seminal vesicles. The later part, when the seminal vesicle is renamed as a ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct. Okay. Then later they connected with the urethra. Okay. Later part of the urethra which conducts both the sperm and urine. That is why it is also called as the later part of the urethra is conducts both the sperm and urine. That is why it is called as a urinogenital tract or duct. I will label here, which conducts both the sperm and that is why the urethra is named, we can say that is a urinogenital tract. Usually the connection between the ejaculatory duct and urethra is not visible, okay, which is protected by a specialized gland called as a prostate gland, a small gland which protects the connection of a ejaculatory duct and a urethra. Okay. Unless and until the prostate gland is open, we cannot see the connection between urethra and a ejaculatory duct. Okay. This structure is called as a prostate. Prostate is a gland which covers the ejaculatory duct and a urethra. Means we can say the point of connection of a ejaculatory duct and a urethra is protected by a specialized gland called as a prostate gland. Then the urinogenital duct or a urethra is passes through the specialized muscular highly tough structure called as a penis. This is a male organ where the urethra or urinogenital tract is passes through. Okay, the urinogenital tract is passes through the specialized muscular structure called as a penis. It is somewhat swollen at the end region and it have a small slit like opening. The urinogenital tract is passes through the penis structure. Okay, this structure is called, let me label this. This is a penis. This is a male sex organ. It's have some swollen structure at the lower side. It is called as a glans penis. Glans penis. Then it is surrounded by a loose tough skin. Loose tough skin is called as foreskin. Okay. Then it has a small opening. It is called as a urinogenital opening. Urinogenital opening or urethral meatus. Okay. The penis is also called as a external genitalia. Then here a small circular shaped ducts which are present beneath the testes. Beneath the testes a small circular shaped structures are present. Those structures are called as a copper glands or a bulbourethral glands, a small circular shaped structure. Let me label this. Those are Copper's gland. This is the structure of male reproductive system. Okay. You can see clearly here. For your clear understanding, I am using different colors pens and pencils and markers. Here this is a pencil diagram. You can see here a small sac like structure is called as a testes, scrotum. In that scrotum testes are present. A loop like structure which is attached with the testes is called as epididymis. A tube like structure which is arise from the epididymis is called as a vas deferens. The vas deferens have the loop like structure when it is attached with the urethra, that is called as ampulla. At the region of ampulla it is attached with another gland called as seminal vesicles. Okay. Both the seminal vesicles and vasa deferens are commonly known as a ejaculatory duct. That ejaculatory duct is attached with the urethra which is arise from the urinary bladder. Okay. At the point of urethra and vasa, ejaculatory duct attached, which is protected by the covering called as a prostate, which is protected by the prostate gland. Okay. Then later part of the urethra which contains both the urine and a sperm, that is why it is we can say that is a urinogenital duct. Okay. Then that urinogenital duct later was it passes through the specialized muscular structure called as a penis. Okay, that penis is somewhat swollen at the below surface. The swollen part of the penis is called as the glans penis, and it is protected by a small loose tissue called as a foreskin. Okay, a small slit like opening is present below, that is called as a urinogenital opening or urethral vetus. Okay, a small circular glands are present beneath the penis, those are called as a Cowper's gland or a bulbourethral glands. This is a structure of male reproductive system. Okay, please practice this diagram. This will come for your examination for a 5 marks. This is very important diagram. You can see in your NCERT book also. If you comfort with this diagram, you can practice this one. Otherwise, you can refer my diagram also. Here you can see the scrotum. In that scrotum, a testis, a tube like structure which is just arise from the testis is called as a, here they mention that epididymis, vasa deferentia and rete testis and testicular lobules. We already discussed in a testate part. If you want, you can label. Then a tube like structure which arise from the tail part of the epididymis is called as a vasa deferentia. Don't get confused with the vasa efferentia and vasa deferens, or you can say vas deferens. Okay, that vas deferens is attached with the urethra. It forms a loop around the urinary bladder. Okay, the urethra which helps in the passing of urine. At the point of connection of a vas deferens with the urethra, it have the some loop like structure where the another glands are attached, those are seminal vesicles. Okay, later connection is called as ejaculatory duct, which is protected by the prostate gland. Okay, later the urinogenital tract, that is the urethra, is passes to the specialized structure called as a penis. This structure is called as a penis. Then the penis have the swollen structure at the below, that is called as a glans penis, which is protected by the loose skin called as a foreskin. Okay. Then beneath the penis, means below the penis, we can see the small minute glands, those are bulbourethral glands or Cowper's gland. Okay. We can discuss the function and secretion of each gland in the next class. Thank you.